Hello violinists, welcome to Pro Strings. I'm Henriette and this lesson is all about the A major arpeggio as it is set for grade 1 by the Associated Board of the Royal Schools of Music. So if you've never played this before, you're very welcome here because I'm going to take you through step by step. And by the end of this video, you should be able to play the arpeggio like this. And this is the way it's required. So you're able to play it off by heart with an even quality sound, beautifully in tune at a good pace. So there are a substantial number of things that we're going to be working on. So let's go ahead and let's get started. Have your violin ready because this is a play along video. Have your book ready as well. So when you've got it all sorted, let's get started. Now we're going to get started simply by learning the notes. And if you read through your book, you can see this starts on an A. The next note is 2 fingers on A. Next up is an open E string. And then we've got 3 fingers on the E string at the top. Now, in order to become more familiar with the notes now, we're going to play the arpeggio twice over. So just before we hit the final note, we're going to repeat this. So here we go. Play slowly with long bows and... Well done. Shall we do that again? So we're keeping equally slow as before, just to get used to these notes, okay? Here we go, and... Very good. Now on this next playing we're going to pause on the top note because we are going to test the top note, which is 3 fingers on the E string, with the open A string. So we're just holding and we're just checking and adjusting our finger once we get there before we then continue. Here we go, and... here and check your note with the open A string. And if you find that it's not completely matching, adjust your finger a little bit to see if you can get it to blend in even better. Finger around until it's absolutely perfectly together. And when you're happy, we'll go down the arpeggio, playing the top note first. And repeat. Hold it once again, check your note. And continue. Brilliant. And by practicing with the open A string, you're going to tune in with your ears to where your finger is precisely in tune, and that's what we want. We want to condition our hearing to where it's precisely in tune, and that's how we check it with the open A string, you see. That was very clever playing, well done. Okay, now this next time we're going to listen to the tuning of the second finger, and the second finger we could play together with the open E string, but it gets a bit complicated. So what we're doing is we're going to play A1, 2, and I want you to start to hear it from here. Where is that second finger? Is it here? Oh no, that's a bit too sharp. And you'll find your note like this. If it's like this, oh no, that's way too flat. Oh yes, good stuff. Let's do it one more time, shall we? With a repeat. Listen. Just really listening to the second finger, really listening also to the third finger on the E string, you find that you are going to be able to anticipate what these notes are going to be sounding like, and that is where we want to be heading. So whenever you play one note, you try to think in your head what the next note will be sounding like, and then when you play that note, you think ahead to the next note and anticipate what that next note will be sounding like. And that is the key to playing in tune. So well done, you've just laid foundations for a really good way of playing in tune on the violin. Super. Now, to check whether you're playing perfectly in tune, we're also going to play this with a piano accompaniment. And in a moment I will switch the accompaniment on. So let's get ready. And let's play this again with a repeat, because that takes 20 seconds longer and you get a whole lot more practice suddenly, isn't it? So when you're ready, let me switch it on. Shall we do that again? That was superb. Intonation practice, well done. So we're going to move on from there now. Obviously, if you want to do a bit more practice like this, just play the video back and you can have another go or come back to this tomorrow. But at this stage, we're going to move on, and I'm thinking that you will be able to play this from memory now. So let's do that, and let's think about the letter names of the notes that we have been playing so far. So we started on an A. Then we played the second finger on the A, which is a C sharp. Then we played an open E. And then our third finger on the E string was called A. So the letter names of our notes are A, C sharp, E, A. And knowing the letter names of your arpeggio is a far more reliable way to remember the A major arpeggio than when you remember fingerings. Okay, so make a habit of saying in your head A, C sharp, E, A when you play. And that is what we're going to be practicing next. So I want you to say those letter names out loud on our next playing. So we're playing it like this, playing A, C sharp is next, E is our next note, and A is our top note. Now when you play down the arpeggio, you just play the same notes that you've just played. Let's repeat it once more. A, C sharp, E, A at the top, same way down. Awesome. Now this is a particularly awesome arpeggio because obviously A, C sharp, E spells ace. So the A major arpeggio is absolutely ace, and if you know it off by heart, you are also ace. Well done you. Okay, so you know it off by heart now, and this time I want you to play with the best quality sound that you have, that you can do, and I would like you to practice playing it with long bows. Now at the same time, playing with long bows, you don't get a good sound when your bow is angled like this, so you want to push your bow forwards, so you want to push your bow arm forwards, so that whenever you play with straight bows as well. So let's practice that, shall we? Take a look at your contact point here while you play. You know this off by heart, you know, and that way you can see whether your bow is straight or not. So let's do that, shall we? This time we're playing it only once because we want to be heading towards the way that we're playing it in our exam, you see. So get this right from the first note if you can. And sound. So not only are we playing it in tune, no, we're also working on the quality of your sound. In your exam, you are meant to perform this arpeggio, not just play it with any old sound. No, you really want to drive your tone quality and show the examiner that you've been working on improving your tone quality, and that's something that you will be doing for a lifetime if you're a violinist, okay? Always improving your tone quality. So from today onwards, I want you to get better and better and better every time you pick up your violin. So we're going to work on that a little bit more right now. And what I want you to do is to play a crescendo, so gradually getting louder to the top of your arpeggio, and when you hit the top note, I want you to stay loud for the rest of your notes. Here we go, let's give that a go, shall we? And shall we do that again? Really work on your tone quality. And now there's one final thing that I want you to think about, and that is the synchronizing of your left hand and your bow. And if you listen super carefully, are you sure that your left hand and your right hand are precisely in sync? What I sometimes hear is this. And you can hear that this is not synced at all. So I want you to listen out, that you get the timing between your fingers and your bow just right. And that will be our final playing. So we're going to put it all together. Playing it off by heart, playing it beautifully in tune, playing it with a super sound, and then finally playing your left hand and right hand perfectly in sync. Here we go. And absolutely awesome. Give yourself a pat on the shoulder, because that's what you've deserved. You've worked so hard and you've made such good progress. Well done. Very, very impressive. Our next scale in this series will be the E minor scale, and that's a bit of a funky one. So I very much look forward to seeing you in lesson 6. Goodbye.